Hey everybody, first off, Happy New Year. Hope you've enjoyed the holidays with your loved ones. Celebrate if you celebrate. And yeah, I'm just going to dive into this. Haven't done an unboxing for a while. But as you'll probably see by the title, we've got something from Zero Gravity Return Tops. So this is something, it's actually two things I've been very excited for. Actually got here quite quickly considering, you know, the time of year, holidays. Canada Post recently ended their strikes, and this did go by Canada Post, and I was a little bit concerned, but actually considering everything, it came quite quickly. So I'm just gonna quickly get the invoice out. That. So, oh, I've got a bag of things. Or is that just? Oh, what is that? Have they given me something for free? Oh my god. Wow. This is a knuckle roller holder. This is gorgeous. I remember seeing it advertised. I just have to check my invoice. Oh, thanks for all your support. Oh my god. Wow, I need to send them a message. That is beautiful. Sorry, I love the particular... Oh wow, look at that. I remember seeing these advertised, and the thing is, I've got so many rollers. I store them in little drawers, in little acrylic and bamboo drawers, and I liked it, but I just thought this isn't something that I would probably buy. I'm just gonna have to look at the invoice. So got the Yannis. Oh wow, roller desk stand gift, 1 of 1. Oh my god, that is amazing. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to send them an email or message. This is amazing. Let's just have a look at this. And I may have to pause and go get some rollers. Oh wow, it stands like that. I just thought, you know, it's a bit of a odd shape on the back, so obviously it can stand like that at a nice angle. Oh wow, let me pause a minute. Okay, right. Okay, these are like I guess the different types of rollers I have by Zero Gravity Return Tops. I have duplicates of all of these apart from the Pachotto. Just wow. So I kind of got out of practice with knuckle rollers recently. That is a beautiful fit. Perfect fit. Let's just see if they stand up. Not quite. I don't know, maybe you could balance them. Yeah, no, it's not going to work. I think actually it's not meant to stand like that. That's just me being silly. But I guess it could. If you've got something that could kind of balance in there, I guess. But it is meant to be angled, I guess, so that it's a nice little desk display. Just wow. But yeah, I've got out of using knuckle rollers quite a lot. I've been too distracted by Begleri and Shopkey and Comboloi. But I kind of have been picking them up again, especially the Samba and the Bushido. I'm actually really loving the Samba at the moment. They have got them on the site still, and they got some B grades. I really do highly recommend it. I've got 2 Sambas, I've got another colour as well, but this is the first one I got, and yeah, I've just been absolutely kind of obsessed with it at the moment. The Bushido is very similar, very similar. Was kind of using that first, but I don't know, I kind of like gravitated back towards the Samba. Very different, kind of different shapes, very similar, but I think to me the Samba, I think the weight distribution is better with the stainless steel strips towards the ends. I don't know. They're both excellent. I think, as I've said before, Zero Gravity Return Tops, they make the best rollers in the business, to be honest. They've got balance and weight like perfect, and something I'm really excited for at the moment is they have teased a new roller called the Mantis. I'm sad enough to take the image, so I've screenshotted the image on Instagram, and I've changed the brightness and stuff like that to get a better idea for what the shape is, and I am really, really excited. I'm not going to share that anywhere. I've done it myself, and I've like drawn around where I think the other side of the roller is. If you've seen the image, you will see what I'm talking about. They do very good teaser images that are very, very black, very, very dark, and I'm actually really excited about the Mantis. So if you don't watch Zero Gravity Return Top's Instagram, it's really kind of, as far as I know, the only place to see what's going to be dropped next. So I suggest that you follow, or at least just check on the page every now and then if you're not on Instagram. I do have an Instagram myself. I have 3 actually. One for my ocarinas, one for my other crafts, and then a personal one. But I literally only joined Instagram just to follow certain makers who only post updates on there. So before that, I had really no idea what to do with Instagram because I'm old. Anyway, I think the Mantis is going to be something very, very special, and I'm really excited to see what it actually looks like. Hoping it looks like kind of what I've tried to guess by editing the picture a little bit. That was just for myself, and shared it with my friend because we both love Zero Gravity Return Tops so much. We love what they come out with, and yeah, I was just like, this is going to be amazing. I love the shape of it. So anyway, what I actually bought. But if you're watching Zero Gravity Return Tops, thank you so much for the little stand. It is amazing, and hang on. Oh, I love the wood smell. I am weird like that with wood. Musical instruments and things like that, like, you know, good woods and stuff like that. I'm not sure what kind of wood that is. Is it walnut? I don't know. It's beautiful. I don't think they're on the site anymore. They may be, I don't know. But yeah, that's going to have to go like on my bedside table with my little tray for all my fidgets and stuff. So that's awesome. Thank you. Anyway, 2 things from Zero Gravity Return Tops. Now the heavier one, I'm going to guess, is the Janus. So I am kind of new to yo-yos again. I mean, I played, yeah, it is the Yannis. I kind of played with yo-yos back in the 90s at primary school. You know, everybody did. I'm surprised they didn't get banned actually at my school, but this is, oh, that sticker is so cool. I kind of got back into them because I kept seeing like other skilled toy enthusiasts, particularly on Instagram, posting like their Begleri and Chucky with yo-yos, and it's like subliminal advertising. I was like, do you know what? I'm curious about how yo-yos are these days, and they really have changed quite a bit and come forward. I don't know a lot of yo-yo history, so I'm not an expert, but I did get the El Mio polycarb. This was the only one that was available. I'm not a fan of pink, but I think I asked someone I follow on Instagram, I was like, how pink is it? I like the kind of transparent, translucent kind of look, but it was the only one available. I think they're all out of stock now, but they said, oh, it's not that pink, and they were correct. And yeah, I love it. It is an amazing yo-yo. Haven't done much with it, I have to confess, but I love kind of like the slim design. Not really particularly good for beginners. Like, I have a Magic Yo-Yo K2 crystal, which like I do a lot of my learning on because it's wider, it's easier to use, do string capture on the string, stuff like that. But I am very new, I think, to yo-yos or modern yo-yos. I've bought this out as well. This is the Rain City Skills Gamer. I love this. This is just great for just putting in a pocket or a little bag or a pouch and just, you know, playing around with it. It's a brilliant yo-yo. But yeah, I had to get the Janus. It's the one I've wanted for a long, long time. And I missed the previous release, which I think was June or July, I got the date wrong completely and they dropped and they sold out, so I was an idiot. And really bummed about that. So I've been after one for ages when they said they were going to do I think this is the third release, correct me if I'm wrong. And I wasn't overly enthralled with the colour choice, but I was at least glad that they did a green. So of course I'm going to get the green one, and I kind of like the black other side. So they usually do this like offset colours. So you've got kind of green, gold, blue there, and you've got the black. So I think the Janus kind of design, you can just about see it says there. It's kind of lost under the anodizing, but that doesn't matter to me. I basically stayed up for the drop. There's a bearing in there. They use the 1-drop side effects. So what I did is I was like, well, I'm going to want some different side effects. I struggled with what colours to get. I went on Yo-Yo Expert and I bought some other ones because I like these dome ones. I've seen loads of pictures of the Janus with the domed thing. And also, by the way, I'm not sure if it's Janus or Janus, but Janus just sounds crap to me. So I tend to go by the, you know, like A or J is kind of like a Y in a lot of languages, so I call it the Janus. So yeah, if you're majorly offended by that, you know, I'm sorry, but that's how I've always said, that's how I've always pronounced that god's name. Yeah, that's beautiful. Very small, but not as small as the mobile gamer. Obviously this isn't something I can demonstrate, one because I'm very, very new still to yo-yos, and also because I'm not very good and this kind of setup doesn't allow for yo-yo stuff. So, but this is just kind of like for my own enjoyment, something I really, really wanted. Dan at Mellow Block, maker of the Balto Chocky, very kindly offered to lend me his Janus, but he's such a nice guy and I really appreciate him offering, but I was just too paranoid that it would get like lost in shipping or something, and it's his Janus, you know, like I would, you know, never forgive myself even if it was out of my hands, you know. So yeah, it was very kind of him, but I just was like, also if I fell in love with it I'd be even more bummed that I can't get one. So, but then they did a third release or whatever, a new release, so that's the Janus. I think it's aluminium. Very, very nice. I'm going to string this up later and change the side effects and things, because you get these, I can't remember what these ones are called. 1-drop have them on their own website, but they don't have all the colours and all the different types. So, like I said, I wanted the domes. So, Yo-Yo Expert actually had a lot. There's also, there's another Yo-Yo website that had some as well. And I can't remember what that website is called. Hang on, I've got some paperwork here. Sort of rambling a bit, but just, oh, Yo-Yo Rewind. They have a Japanese store and then like worldwide or US store or whatever, I don't know. Anyway, let's get on to another thing I was really excited about. So I'm really pleased they sent them together. And they also refunded the shipping as well, which I didn't ask them for, because Zero Gravity Return Tops, like, shipping to UK is very, very reasonable as far as I'm concerned compared to other websites. You know, I don't know how other places will work it out and stuff like that. That's up to them, but they are very reasonable, so I didn't mind paying shipping twice. I was hoping they would lump them together, which is what they did, but they also gave me a refund on the shipping, which I didn't ask for. It just turned up in an email, and I was just like, you know, that's awesome. Thank you very much. So I need to send them a very nicely worded email, and thanks. Always love the boxing and things like that, and I've just noticed now as well, so we've got a different kind of bag. That is awesome. So it's kind of similar to Around Square's like little knuckle roller pouches, like the really slim ones that I don't know if they do them anymore. I've got some, but this is so cute, and it's got a little actually embroidered logo on there. I love it. It's amazing. So anyway, I was super excited when I saw these. So these are the Gauchos, and they're Begleri, made out of titanium. Wow. So they've got a hammered finish at the top. It's a very organised hammered finish, actually. It's very nice. You've got the logo just there. Wow, they've got a big bore for the knot. I like that. So that is awesome. I've got to decide which cord to string up on. They've given me what looks like some black paracord. Obviously that's great, you know, you should get some kind of cord with your Begleri. But I don't use paracord anymore. I tend to use cotton cord or silk cord, and not just from Around Square, to be honest. Silk cord, yes, because I've never found any other alternative. But I have a supplier that I go to in the UK for black or white, like a brilliant white or white. So like this kind of white. Sorry, this is my sewing machine thread. So not an off-white like what Around Square do. They do a bright white and they do a black in different thicknesses as well. So I'll leave a link in the description, because if you're in the UK it may be helpful to you. But I also get a lot of this kind of woven cord on Etsy, and again I will leave links in the description. So I got some new colours recently I managed to find, but I always have basically my favourite set, my mini hypes by Around Square, on this kind of tealy kind of green cord, and it is amazing. It does fray. Oops, hit the Gauchos. But I've only had to replace it once, but this is like my most used set, so yeah, it does need replacing every now and then, but then I think that goes with most Begleri. Anyway, going off topic. So as far as I'm aware, this is their second release, or their second iteration of like a Begleri. So the first one they did that I'm aware of were the Dirtbags, designed by one of the crew members, I think. They have an amazing Instagram as well. I love their pictures. Lots of pictures of these, lots of pictures of the Janus, lots of pictures of the Picciotto particularly. And I think I did a video on these at the time. I said, you know, they were a very strange shape. Yes, they're a strange shape, but they are very good. They are really good, and they've been designed by a very good player. So, you know, kudos to them. And you know, enough of a bore to kind of hide the knot. I mean, I've got a tiny little tassel on there. You've got no choice with tassels when it comes to silk or cotton, because you can't just melt the ends. It doesn't work, it just goes on fire. So don't try that. But yeah, sometimes, you know, tassels are nice, but then sometimes it's nice to hide the tassels, and these stand up on their own very well, which is very nice. So these are on the slightly thinner silk cord that Around Square do, and these are excellent. They're made of titanium. I don't think they're available anymore, but I do recommend them. I think they're some of the best available. Kind of reminiscent-ish shape to the hypes in a way. I know a lot of people said that at the time. Kind of, but no. You know, they are unique in their own way. I really want to get some different O-rings for these, because my glow O-rings for the Picciotto don't fit. They're too big. But yeah, I'm gonna go string these up. Okay, that didn't take long. So just a little quick tip, especially to those of you who are new with Begleri. Just so kind of like a tip for stringing these up, especially on a cord where, say, it's a little bit thicker than the bore. So one thing I do, and this is basically done by Round Square, and recommended by Round Square. You can use tape to add tape to the end, because this isn't like paracord where you can't kind of snip part of it, you know, at an angle. To make kind of like a spearhead, you can't do that, and because you need it melted as well. You need it to be kind of substantial to get through the hole. You can just use tape, and you can get this. You always sort of have a little bit coming off the end, and you can fit that through the hole, and then you can pull it through. So it means sacrificing a little bit on the end of your cord, but you know, I'm one of these people who has like so much cord. If I find a cord I like, I buy a lot of it. I will stick this bead on first, so it goes the other way through. So I have to thread it through, the other way, just so that I'm wasting the least cord amount as possible, because, you know, the knot itself, I do a double overhand knot, so that's going to take quite a bit of the cord, and I've never really measured just how much that takes, and I will show you how I also string them up to my size, because this is a question that's been asked a lot recently. So I just wanted to show this. So basically I am only using pretty much as much cord as I need. I'm not wasting it. So it's still attached to here, still attached to the rest. I chose this burgundy because I thought the gauchos look very, they look quite posh, I think. Not posh, but you know, I thought a kind of royal, kind of red, deep red. I do like the colour burgundy as well anyway. I thought that would look quite nice. So let's just see. On cam, there is a lot of room for the knot in there. I could cut a very short tassel, but actually I think a tassel might be nice on these. So I've got some sharp haberdashery scissors that I use for this. Always on my desk anyway. Do my crafts. So, and then what I do with the ends, I will tape these up ready for the next time, and also so they don't fray anymore in storage. So let's just try and get that same-ish kind of length. But yeah, the question's been asked a lot. So I've wasted that much, but that's a very small amount in my opinion. So yeah. And then I'll just make that into a tassel. But yeah, the question's been asked a lot about how do you sort of measure these up properly to size. And this has been covered by loads of people. It's not my method. I don't know who originally kind of came up with it. I found a very good video that I do send to people, but I've recently seen that it's been kind of like unlisted. Which is a shame because it's a brilliant video. So I don't really know if I'm permitted to share it anymore. It's also covered on the Begleri Tricks website. I haven't looked specifically. Sometimes it's just easier to see someone do it on a video than kind of like reading it or whatever. So there we are. They're quite long tassels, but that is recessed quite a bit. Now those tassels will neaten out and fluff up a bit like that. So there we go. So I've got them measured up. So what I do, first thing is, remember, especially if you're using cotton or silk, there is some flex. So if I pull it taut, there is a little bit of a flex to it. So you've got to keep that in mind. So basically it's the spring method, and you don't need to know the whole trick to do this, to measure it out. That would be counterintuitive. So you want the bead in between your ring and your middle finger, and just about here before that last knuckle or last joint in your finger. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to swing it away from yourself, but then wrap it round towards you over your index finger, like so. So this is slightly off camera, But basically it's going to wrap around your index like so. More or less where that joint is in my finger. Okay. And what should happen, so you'll see, is you've got a bead sticking out here next to your ring finger, and then on the other side you've got another bead on the other side of your middle finger sticking out by your index. Like I said, this isn't a new thing. This isn't a secret method, anything like that. I'm not the person who came up with it, but this is the best way to measure, as far as I'm concerned, and it's recommended by everybody who is experienced, basically. This just means that you should be able to do all tricks. Okay, and it's sized according to your hand. I've seen so many new Begleri players, which is fantastic. Like, you know, lots of people are discovering Begleri at the moment. Absolutely amazing. But they're asking, like, you know, should it be 6 inches? Should it be 5 inches? The cord, you know, the distance between the beads, and it's like, well, no, it's according to your hand size and your finger size. And these are getting in the way. It's specific to you, and that's really important. One other thing I do is my hypes are kind of like my basis for comparison, I guess. So I know my hypes are perfect the way they are. I mean, there we go. The bead's a little bit set back on that one, so it doesn't have to be right by your joint or there or whatever. Just at a comfortable place, not back here. Okay, so this is just sort of, I use these so much they just land wherever it feels comfortable. But these are my standard for measuring against. So not only will I test this before I cut the cord, and you know, sort of, you know, tie the knots properly and do all the tassels and everything before I cut the cord, I will check the length of my new set against my hypes. So it's kind of useful if you have got another set to make that your standard. It doesn't have to be exact, but this is kind of like how I also just check that that measurement is correct. Because when you've got all this extra cord dangling off, it can be kind of hard sometimes to do the spring method. And also, I'm very OCD. I have to have it, you know, more or less the same. So if you've got kind of like a set that you know is perfect for you, you could also measure it against them. But before you do that, stretch it a little bit, stretch your new set a little bit, and then measure them against each other, okay? Because that flex is important, all right? But yeah, any questions, just, you know, comment down below. I'll leave a link to like the Begleri Tricks website, but they shouldn't really be tight, so this really shouldn't be too tight. The bead, I can still kind of like knock it like this, yeah, so it's not really tight, it's just comfortable. And it's really important that you don't do this, okay, because like I said, you've got that flex in the cord. It will be sort of flexing and contracting as it's swinging around, you know, with that I'm losing I'm losing the plot now. I'm talking too much. With that momentum, so you just have to do this, at least that, okay? Don't just use your other hand and do this, because I've done that now and I've got loads of slack here because I've pulled it tight. Not really tight, like it's actually not that tight at all, but it doesn't mimic, you know, how the cord flexes. Anyway, back to the gauchos. So these are nice. These are really comfortable. So I'm just doing the spring at the moment. These are so comfortable. So they sit very nicely with that angled top edge, and these aren't sharp either. So I'm not I can feel the texture, but it's not sharp. And I think the fact that they are expanding out towards the end, it kind of counteracts how thin these are around the edges, because they are quite thin. Adds, I guess, a little bit of weight there. They are just really nice little bees, and they're quite squat as well, so they're not really like rounded. So they flatten off at the bottom and tend up being quite squat. And I don't have a lot of sets that do that, and I have a huge Begleri collection at this point. Let's see if I can do some rolls. So I always have this with new sets. I'm going to be dropping this a lot until I get used to it. Yeah. They are nice. They feel very lightweight, and I should have weighed them before I strung them up. That was stupid of me. And I think I'm going to keep dropping them. Yeah, I'm going to keep dropping them. But let's give them away. So obviously someone better than me would be able to demonstrate these much better. Alright, okay, so just under 20 grams, that is a really nice weight. By comparison, with the cord obviously included, the Dirtbags are around about more or less almost the same. And then my hypes are a little bit less, just under 19. Very nice. That's kind of like the sweet spot in weight for me at the moment with Begleri. So it's, I don't know, even like the low 20s is nice. But anything, say, I guess pushing 25 grams in total might be a bit too heavy. Don't know. I have got some weightier sets. I've still got to do a video on one set. But anyway, back to the Gauchos. These are very nice. I love the clack. So if I just do some simple rebounder. Yeah, because that hollow nature of them kind of reminds me of the Around Square Titans in Alton that I've got. So they've got a very nice clack. And that's due to the hollow, that huge hollow cavity in there. I think they're going to get marked up. All Begleri will get marked up. There's no escaping that. They're supposed to hit each other. You're supposed to drop them. You're supposed to do the floor stalls, Just be mindful of glass, screens, anything like that you don't want getting smashed. I learned the lesson the hard way when I was learning how to contact juggle. In my early 20s, I had a stray contact juggling ball land straight on my MP3 player. So this was before I had a smartphone or anything like that. I was at university, very poor, and yeah, slap bang on my MP3 player and messed up the screen. So yeah, just be careful with any skill toy, I guess, your surroundings, make sure you don't hit anyone. I don't need to be telling you this, but maybe a reminder. Or if you're new, you don't want to hit anyone or a pet. You don't want to hit a screen or glass or something like that. I've got glass display cases downstairs. So, just be mindful of where you're swinging. Ooh. Yeah, but I am very taken with these. I actually prefer these to the Dirtbags, actually. The Dirtbags are lovely. I have grown quite attached to them since my video on them. I don't know, I like the larger size of these and the fact that they don't, even despite them being a little bit larger, they're not really heavy. They feel so lightweight in hand. They're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, so this has turned into a longer video than I wanted it to be. All my videos have been long. Let me know what you think about that. I'm kind of rambling now. I guess I'm in a good mood today. I'm really happy about this, and so glad that these arrived. You know, it's the new year, trying to be positive. But yeah, let me know what you think about like long or short videos, because I love it when other, you know, sort of YouTubers I follow, like gaming, fidgets, skill toys, things like that. I love long videos. I really love seeing how, you know, how people view things and their opinions of things, and like what their preferences are, and like what their recommendations are and things like that, you know, when people really go in depth. So I love that, and I'll just have it like on in the background. I'll just listen to it a lot of the time. I won't, you know, I'll watch important bits, but sometimes I'm just listening to it. I like it. But you know, this is a very rambly video, and I'm gonna end it. Okay, so you know, Happy New Year again, guys. All the best for the new year. I hope this year goes well for you. Hope you've enjoyed the holidays with your family, friends, loved ones, whatever. And yeah, thank you very much for all your support and for continuing to watch my videos. I never really expected people would want to watch my stuff. Sorry, like, if I get a bit lost for words and stuttering sometimes. That's how I am. Usually I don't really talk that lot. I'm very introverted. And I think when I'm talking too long or I get a bit too anxious, I start stuttering. So appreciate your patience there, guys. So thank you. Have a wonderful day.